Hi, good afternoon, my friends, and welcome to Environmental Coffee House. I am here today. I'm never planned. It's like a weekly therapy session, and sometimes it's almost like, what can I find that's worse, way worse in my own life? But actually today, or well, lately, I've had the atomic scientists on my mind since that report came out. And so today I thought I would read this little article. It's a short one by Dana Nuccitelli, and we'll go over who Dana is. And I'm going to screen share and stuff, and say hi to everybody and make sure it's all working. And hello, Osama. I'm not multi-streaming to Facebook. I didn't want to. I just wanted to have a nice, intimate little crowd today to go over this. And I have a couple of things I want to talk about. But I think we'll talk about this first. And then we will go on to my other things. And hey, Kim, I didn't tell anybody I was doing this. So it's just something, you know me. I come on when I'm inspired, and today I was inspired. And hello, um, hi, human, and CB, hi. Oh God, you know what? We're going to talk about this a little bit. The DNC. We're going to talk about it a little bit because I've been listening all day to all the pundits. Hi, Michael, and hello, TCR. Good. I'm happy to have you guys. Whoever joins. It's really I don't play the numbers game. Hi, Kent and Osama. That's good. So we're here. So today, let me see if I can successfully. Well, I could do a little background. You all know I wrecked my truck, my gas sucking truck. The day before, I was flying on a gas sucking plane to Florida to see my elderly parents. And although my mother wouldn't really want to be called elderly, although she is, fuck. Oh, heck, I'm elderly, for God's sakes. She walks better than I do half the time. Anyway, so I was a huge consumer of fossil fuels last week. And people say, well, can't you get there any other way? And in our society, how do you do that? Drive? I can't. I'm too disabled. Um, they live there. We have that kind of society. Everybody travels. And I necessarily, well, personally, I'm not going to be able to go anywhere until I get my truck repaired because it's not a total. And so I'll be stuck here in February sitting around. And Osama, he says it really cheers me up on a rough day. I've been having a rough day too, in a rough week. I must feel it. And yes, Patrick, he says you all want more Arctic sea ice. I'm going to talk a little bit about some Arctic sea ice stuff today. And I also want you to forgive me if I take a hit of my legal legal medical marijuana because I need it. And I forgot to do it before the audio. So, hi Trisha. Oh my God, Trisha's here, and we'll talk about your comment after. Let's go into this, and let me uh, let me share the screen so we can do this. Okay, so I'm going to be little, and I'm going to move that. Okay, and the first thing though I want to do is I do want to show you who Dana is, and I gotta move your. Okay, can you all see? Dana is a. I hope you can. Nothing's in the way of the screen. Dana is an environmental scientist at the private environmental consulting firm in Sacramento, California. He has a bachelor's degree in astrophysics from the University of California at Berkeley and a master's degree in physics from the University of California at Davis. He's been researching climate science, economics, and solutions since 2006, and he's contributed to Skeptical Science, which I really like, since September of 2010. blah, blah, blah. He's published and all this other stuff. But, I was trying to look up to see um, if he had been interviewed by Collapse Chronicles, and I couldn't find one, and I didn't remember it. So he wrote this article, and it's kind of like, if I can quote someone, um, um, this is kind of like the no shit Sherlock article, but let's go through it. Earth is heating at a rate equivalent to 5 atomic bombs per second, or 2 Hurricane Sandys. Just the kind of news we want today, right? But that's okay. Uh, uh, we're junkies for this, so we are. The heat absorbed in Earth's oceans reached a new record in 2019, found a recent study published in the journal Advances in Atmospheric Sciences. Despite the fact that this has been the case for almost every year over the past decade, this information dominated the news cycle with some particularly viral headlines, noting that the amount of energy accumulating in the oceans is equivalent to detonating 5 Hiroshima atomic bombs per second over the past 25 years. While stunning, this is not a new analogy. After we published a paper about Earth's energy accumulation in 2012, my colleagues and I at Skeptical Science created a website called 4hiroshimas.com. And that provided a widget that websites can include on their home pages to illustrate the amount of heat accumulating on Earth as compared to the energy in the Hiroshima atomic bomb, or the energy that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth every time he opens it. Little humor there. Political humor. The widget also uses other analogies to get the idea across, such as how the amount of heat accumulated compares to the energy in Hurricane Sandy, or 6.0 magnitude earthquakes, or Big Ben's full of dynamite, or millions of lightning bolts. Improved ocean heat measurements have since revised the rate of warming upwards from 4 to 5 heroes per second. For the record, as of writing this article, our climate has accumulated the equivalent of a total of more than 2.8 billion Hiroshima bombs worth of heat since 1998. Now, our team wasn't the first to use this analogy. In 2010, oceanographer John Lyman compared the rate of ocean warming to atomic bombs. And James Hansen, he used the Hiroshima atomic bomb analogy in his February 2012 talk. One might say that the comparison has come under heat, however. Some criticize the analogy for exploiting or being insensitive to the horrors suffered by the people of Hiroshima. Others have complained that the analogy is imperfect, as all analogies are by definition. On the other hand, the use of heroes has one major upside. Earth, and especially its oceans, have been accumulating such a vast amount of heat due to human-caused global warming that it's just difficult to comprehend. Most people have little, if any, sense what 10 zettajoules per year, the amount of heat energy absorbed per year by the Earth, even means. That's why climate communicators have searched for a metric of comparison that the public can grasp. It's relatively easy to visualize 5 atomic bombs detonating every second and consequently comprehend the vast amount of energy being absorbed by the Earth's climate system. For those who nevertheless object to the Hyros analogy, perhaps microwaves offer a more palatable comparison. The heat accumulating in Earth's oceans over the past 25 years is also equivalent to every person now on the Earth running 35 standard household microwave ovens nonstop during Justin Bieber's entire lifetime. Cute, Dana. Critically, the rate of global heating is also accelerating. During the prior 25 years, which is 1968 to 1992, the oceans only warmed at a rate equivalent to 1 Hiroshima bomb detonation per second, or 7.7 billion people each running 10 microwaves nonstop during that quarter century period. Wow. The good news, at the rate at which we've been adding heat to the Earth's climate hasn't changed much over the past 2 decades. The bad news, to avoid a potential climate catastrophe, global heating needs to begin declining soon and rapidly, which will require implementation of numerous ambitious climate policies. Well, so far, many governments appear more inclined to keep increasing fossil fuel extraction and in the United States, subsidizing it than taking the necessary steps to slow global heating. Political leaders in many countries can implement these destructive policies without fear of losing power because too few people grasp the urgency of the climate crisis. Perhaps visualizing global heating as 5 atomic bomb detonations per second will convey that sense of urgency to people. Now, it's funny, that's the article, that's the whole article. Um, I'm going to put myself back on for a minute. That's the whole article. And let's see what you were saying. It is a no shit Sherlock article because it's not saying anything new. He's reiterating the things we know, but he does bring up that there has to be some way of people, the layperson, visualizing global heating and using 5 atomic bombs, probably especially for the old timers, might be a way of helping, right? Um, so for what it was, it was a good little piece, and it would be something that would be shareable to my father, my 89-year-old father, who might be able to understand in those terms. So we've looked at Dana, and oh, hi, going south, how are you? I see that there's some more of you here, which is great. Thank you for joining me. I wish we could just get up more numbers, but it's okay. It's like I never planned, except for Friday nights with Jennifer, which I think is going well. And CB, you had made a comment earlier about, um, oh, Microsoft Word technical support is here. Wish I had some weed, legal or otherwise. Okay, are you okay? I run Mac, but years ago I might have been able to use your service. Um, let's see. Trisha has a comment before I go on. She says, "So Trisha from New Zealand. So in the local library yesterday, we were discussing how when humans go extinct in 10,000 years, there will be. Oh, what happened to it? There will be. I lost the comment. There will be nothing left because now everything is on computer, including photos. Wow, great point. Well, yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I have a little story about that. A couple of years ago, I gave my daughter, who's now 31, boxes of pictures. And at the time, she asked me, "Why are you giving me those? Isn't a mom supposed to keep those?" And I said, "Trust me, you will really be happy when you see them and that you have them, right?" And so she started to put them on Facebook yesterday, and oh my god, I was like thinking, oh my, did I really have short hair like that? You know how it was, what, 1988, 1989, and they were pretty hilarious, right? So the point being that she's got the paper photos, and even though she's making them electronic, I hope she preserves them, for what, I don't know. She's not having any kids. And for what, our cats, actually, she doesn't want kids. She's not a breeder, she says. So it was just the little story yesterday, and that brought me to what Trisha said about the history. But we're going to have to put things in radiation proof time capsules, I believe, if there's going to be something that comes down in thousands and thousands of years, right? Okay, so I'm going to, oh, Patrick, I'll put your comment up. Ocean mechanical thermal energy conversion removes the 5 Hiroshima atomic bombs per second from our oceans. Patrick, I give you so much credit for trying. I wish that you could get some Tom Steyer type, to listen to you, but they're too busy thinking they're going to win the election. He's going to win the election. I like the guy, but he's not going to win the election. Anyway, I wanted to try to find the comment Buddy you made earlier, CB, about the primaries and all, and how all the crap was going on. The shit was hitting the fan, and but I'm going to segue that into something a little different because I am on Facebook. Obviously, I'm on Facebook, and I follow Sam Carana, and I've talked about it before. Sam has a lot of different pages on Facebook, but notably one, and I'm going to share it, is the Arctic Ice page. Okay. So I'm segueing because I'm really happy with Sam. Sam knows where it's at. I mean, it's the Arctic Ice page, but yet he supports Bernie. He says, go Bernie. And he puts up go Bernie again. And I'm not in a cult. I think we've been called cult members. I just love Bernie's policies. I always have. And again, it's a public group, so it's I think it's okay if I show this. But Sam Carana, or whoever's behind Sam Carana, thank you, because I love you even more, whoever you are. It's Sam is very educational. I mean, maybe I could see if I could take you to a couple more things. Um, only if it's public, but it's a really good page. And Torstein has his Arctic Sea Ice page too, but I don't know if his is public or not. Um, but Sam's got a bunch of other groups, and I learn a lot from some of the things that the other people put up, and his graphics and all. So I can't I can't complain. And now I'm like so happy because, well, guys, it's kind of like this. It's not hopium, but I like to be inspired. And I've been inspired by Bernie Sanders and his campaign. And I've been inspired. And it's no, I won't be upset if people don't agree. I won't be upset if you feel differently about Bernie's campaign. I just know that he'll surround himself with the best and the brightest and the most diverse and young people and scientists, especially. And this is what's really important. If he doesn't get in, I don't want 4 years, more years of Trump. And it might be controversial, but I feel, and I've been saying this, and excuse me, I got to put lip gloss on because I'm dry like crazy. Sorry. I don't know if you don't mind. And somebody's going to probably tell me it's made of shit, but it's animal cruelty free, whatever. Anyway, my point being that we need to have these changes, and even if it's short term, even if we know we're on the trajectory of near-term human extinction, abrupt climate change, environmental degradation, species annihilation, all of our depressed collapsitarian type of issues. But Bernie gives me hope. But one thing I will say after last night was I didn't watch anything. And I also did not have any expectations, because if you've learned something from 2016, from anything in life, if you have no expectations, you don't get disappointed, right? So I watched this morning. I got on Twitter and stuff, and the Twitter sphere was going crazy, and everybody was on an emotional high, and everybody was tweeting this and that, and really being like somewhat mean to the other candidates. Now, I don't like Joe Biden necessarily for a candidate. He's a horrible candidate. I don't like his politics. I don't like many of them, but going I'm not going to resort to name calling, and I want to wait for the facts to come out about the thing, let's say, that the DNC screwed up. Well, the parties in Iowa, they still have antiquated caucuses. The Democrats in Iowa are to blame for the mess up because they are not thorough. They didn't test the app thoroughly that supposedly Booty has some money in. And I'm not here to comment on that because when the dust clears, it's going to clear. I tell you who I like because of policy, and I'm not going to put down the other ones. I'm not going to call them names. Well, actually, maybe Michael Bloomberg is a bit difficult to swallow. The man has $60 billion and he makes $2 billion a year off the $60 billion. And he paid $300,000 to the DNC. And then all of a sudden, miraculously, their rules changed for who can be in the debate, which is not fair to the other senators that pulled out. So, but we already know this. We already know. So why are we going to get disappointed? And then the anger all over Twitter. And people call the people that support Bernie a cult. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. We're passionate people, but we're not like MAGAs. And there's always going to be those. Bernie can't control his supporters. There's always going to be those that are not like, a me, right? Okay. So basically, that's my little thing on the political goings on. Our country is insane. I mean, really, it's insane that these caucuses and the media and every pundit out there and the politicians and their little sound bites and who's supporting who and all and it's overwhelming. To me, it's overwhelming. And then we have the Orange Turds State of the Union tonight, which I'm not going to watch because I can't subject myself. Okay, and we really have hi William Martyr. Aw, hi Kim. I love Sandy and everyone, and we love you too. If I didn't have you guys to have some of this therapy when I need it, I think I'd be really much more depressed collapsitarian. So I'm not sure if I'm done with the page yet because Sam has even pages on biochar. And that's an interesting whole thing. Maybe I'll save that for another time. I just want y'all, I know a lot of you are not on, I know you're not on Facebook. I know you're not going to see, the pages, you're not going to contribute, but some of the stuff that people come up with is great. And we have our own page, the Environmental Coffee House page, which I don't do as much as others do. I can show it to you really quick and see if I can do it without all this other crap. I mean, I don't know if all of you have ever seen it. Let me see if I can make it bigger and show you. Yeah, it's nice. It looks like, it's nice and there's articles all day and we share articles, uh, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I don't even know if I've ever really shown the page before. Delivered daily, and we have a lot of really nice things. And here's one. Dear human, if you don't destroy me, I will give you shelter, food, and oxygen. I mean, it's all day like that, and I don't lay in bed and check it all day long. But I want to get out of here now, and I'm going to come back to you guys. And so I just showed you a little bit of the stuff, and I'm actually going to close out of everything on there. Although I have been feeling, actually, I have to say, I have been feeling depressed. And look at Going South says 500 dead in the virus pandemic. And I was in the Logan airport coming home that night, Thursday night, and there were people on my plane that had the masks on, but not just regular masks that Sarah, one of our followers, Sarah Pazzinio, Sarah, I hope I didn't get it wrong. She explains, she's a botanist, she's a scientist. She explains that, of course, crappy little masks are not going to help. you have to have the ones with the air, the little air things. I mean, sophisticated masks. So we were on the plane with somebody with a sophisticated mask. And and my husband was just getting over pneumonia. Oh my God. And that's a whole nother story about that. Um, but what were we talking about? So yeah, so it's spreading, deadly global pandemic spreading um exponentially, nothing to see here move along. No, I mean, we've been seeing the big hospital being built in China. The thing is though, I've read some differing things. I've read that this pandemic, oh well, if it's not a pandemic yet, that more people die actually from influenza than this. So I actually need more information to really talk about this in any kind of educated way today. I can't because well, I just can't. Uh but you guys can. And you know what? You say this, you don't know, but I'm cheerful here because I'm happy here. I'm not a very happy person all the time. Not right now in my life. But I will say one thing, and even though this is not about me, I'm a privileged person. I've always had some kind of safety net. There are gazillions worse than me. And even when my life feels like it is shit, and it could be in so many ways, and so many of you might feel the same way as me, we know we're not. And there's always more and worse. I mean, look at the people suffering from the locust infestation in Eastern Africa, which somebody actually mentioned. Actually, what I should pull up is the comments from Jennifer in my video. It was really, some of them are really good, but um um eat them. Eat the locusts. What do they eat all over the world? They eat all kinds of things. Catch them and eat them. That was one. Let's see. William, are you a rebel? Rebel? Let's see. He's banned from Jimmy Dory's, Sam Cedar, Gordon Dimmick, David Packman. I'm sure I'm leaving out some. LOL. That's what you get. Whoa. Why do these? Oh, I changed the thing. That's what you get for doing education and chat about Jesuit order fascism. Wow. I'm not banned from anywhere that I know of except for one crazy person. Hey, Fiesta Cranberry, my girl out there on the West Coast, the left coast, San Francisco. Mwah! You and Kim's up in state of Washington. So good. Glad you're here. I'm so happy you're here. You missed a lot of it, but we're reading about the No Shit Sherlock article of the day about heating. The globe heating. I actually was uh wanting to find something good today, and I didn't have enough time. Fiesta, you're sick. Oh, poor baby. She's sick. I hope you get better because I was sick, and I came home sick from Florida, but I thought I was catching something from the plane and not coronavirus, but a cold. But I think it was just that, guys, what we witness and what we know can make our immune systems go down also. We really have to take care of ourselves as much as we can. And I know Fiesta knows how to take care of herself, and a lot of you do. Darlene, you're a troll according to Guy, and you give less than 0 fucks what he thinks. I really give less than 0 fucks what anybody thinks anymore. I think it comes with age, you know, experience. Oh, Ken was you were banned from Adapt 2030. I'd be cheering to be banned from there. I'm probably banned from the Heartland because I was really harassing the people, but I don't know. Oh wait, what question? Whether I'm married or not? I'm married. We're not going to go any further right now. Life does take different courses at times, but that's a future conversation for a way different time. Way different time. And Fiesta, you have what? The Kung Flu? Jeez. See, I love y'all. I'm so glad you came and listened to me read. It was a short one. I read, I don't know, Fiesta, if you saw, I read Dana Nucitelli's newest in the Atomic Scientist Bulletin that the Earth is heating. But he did make the analogy, which I did like, that if we explain global warming in terms of atomic bombs, we might be able to win those over to understanding the concept, because people can understand the force of atomic bombs, especially older people who may not understand climate change in terms of the things we understand. So he made a good point, and I liked it. So we have been live for 31 minutes, and that's usually my cutoff point, because I start feeling crappy unless I take another hit of my medical. Um, Yeah, Fiesta, you just got here. So, yeah, I just read that article. Oh, I think it needs to be charged. Like another electronic device, these things have to be charged. And it's not like the old days of rolling a joint, because here in New York, you cannot go and just get green weed and roll it up and say, hi, it's medical. Mm-mm. So, um, going south, you said your novel is banned? You know what, guys? I would love to write something. I have a story in me, but God, I have to be able to sit for more than a half an hour. And um, sometimes I can't. An hour is my most. Um, oh, hi! You're pointing. Oh, I love the crowd. Hey, we've got 50 people. And the thing is, I don't have anything left to read, but I'm sure, I could go on and on about what I witness. I mean, things I witnessed, just traveling. Everything to me is absurd, kind of absurd, the theater of the absurd, ironic. Just, I don't know, the pathos, and I don't want to get all caught up in the primary zealotry and craziness. I'm just gonna vote for my Bernie, and that's it. That's it. If I get caught up in all that, there's a lot of other pundits to do that. Mm-mm-mm. So, you know. All right, guys. William says he may not be a rich man, but he always had some jingle jangle in your pocket. I worked really hard and I really did well in life. And now, at the time when I'm supposed to have help and be doing well in life, it's not. It's not. But I think all bets are off anymore. And I think we are going to see a lot more, if you want to call it like hell on earth. We're going to see a lot more. I mean, we've seen the fires, we've seen the carnage, we've seen the deaths, and I hate to leave you on a downer, but God, we're prepared. We have to be prepared. And why are you oh, you're delirious. Oh my God. I'll text you after. Jeez, she's sick now. I hate when my friends are sick. I didn't, Fiesta Cranberry and I were on the phone for an hour when I was sick. I gave it to you through the phone waves. Who knows these days? Wow, I have my new tinfoil therapy, the theory that these viruses are transmittable through your cell phone, and you too can pick up a cell phone and give someone a virus. Come on, where's my tinfoil hat? Oh, Kim, you said that Bernie's tea. Oh, yeah, they did. They took a live video of all the counting. They also made their own app. They are organized to the T, and they will have the tools they need to prove any dirty tricks. And let's hope that Well, if I even talk about this, the Democratic Party and the DNC, it's not even them this time. It's the state of Iowa. Caucuses are not good. We need paper ballots. We need ranked choice. Get rid of the electoral college. Everybody's saying the same thing, but will it ever happen? Because if it's in the interest of these, you know, wealthy people, we're not going to see any change. And I'm holding on to the Bernie hopium. I'm holding on. I'm not going to get shattered because I don't hold any like I can hold on, and I can revel in every video I watch that makes me feel good. And even if he's not your candidate, he's still the videos are inspirational what he talks about. Oh, well, your favorite poet is Copy Cooney. You know what? I have to tell you, I don't know where he is. I saw him yesterday on Status Quo. I was in that chat. He does a lot of Grateful Dead lyrics. He puts up lots of lyrics. He's interesting. Our Pacific Northwest guy. And what's bad? What's bad, Kent? What did I miss? Oh boy. Um, Help on Earth. Peter Minton. Hi, Peter. Help on Earth is living homeless in San Francisco. Yeah, hell on earth, he means. What a nightmare. Jeez. Yeah, there's nightmares all over. I still have a roof over my head, and um, I'm in a deficit every month, but I'm hoping it doesn't last. And if it does last, well, then you know, I've, I've weathered storms in my life, as we all have. I mean, God, I bet some of you have stories that would probably um, raise the hair on my neck if I had any. I don't have any. um, I'm sure. Okay. I'm not unusual, but I do have quite a story if I ever went to it. In fact, I'm going to leave you with something that I know you guys probably don't give a crap about, but because I was so depressed and I found these pictures, and I'm going to go on my website, my Facebook. I've got two things I'm going to share. One thing I'm going to end with. I found this, and let me share my screen again. Okay. This was from Carolyn Baker, and the work of the mature person is to carry grief in one hand and gratitude in the other, and to be stretched large by them. How much sorrow can I hold? That's how much gratitude I can give. If I carry only grief, I'll bend towards cynicism and despair. If I have only gratitude, I'll become saccharine and won't develop much compassion for other people's suffering. Grief makes the heart fluid and soft, which helps make compassion possible. Francis Ward Weller. And I was feeling sad and depressed and lousy and miserable. And then I was looking at pictures, and, I put this up on Facebook. And you know what, guys? I was happy. I want her back. She was, and it has nothing to do with my physical or or anything. Back then, I didn't know anything. Back then, I wasn't awake, and I enjoyed life, and I was happy, and things were different. And I don't think I can get her back, but what I'd like to get back is that same feeling. And I don't know, once you go down the rabbit hole, I don't know if that rabbit hole, I don't know if I can ever go back. And I just don't think I can ever go back. And I know, because we're all down the rabbit hole, we can't either. And really, it's about how we live our life every single day. Every single day. I can't go back to be that. But I can find that happy frame of mind, that happy medium, as we all can, despite everything that gets thrown on us, despite all the horrors we see, despite the animals, the oceans, despite all of it. We wake up and smile and live another day. Yes, fiesta, ignorance was bliss. It was. I mean, I was an activist and I knew, about fossil fuels and all that stuff. But I was in my career and I just was not the same. Kim, you feel the same way? Yeah, yeah, I know. Well, thank you for coming. Oh my God, this is a good one to end. Maybe a lobotomy would help. Should we all have lobotomies at a doomer discount rate so we don't have to feel all of that's coming? Because it's obviously apparent that so many others don't feel a goddamn thing. And we are empaths and we feel ultra much more than everybody else, everyone in our genre. So it's been 41 minutes, and thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to click the thumbs up. I'm not monetized. I don't ask for money, but you know something? Who knows? Maybe I'll become this amazing writer if I can ever sit, first I can lay in bed and do it. Maybe I'll become this amazing something. I'll reinvent myself again, and I'll do what other people do, and I'll do a Patreon or something. Right now, I don't want to. Right now, I just like this. Right now, I appreciate. Oh, I do have a link. Wait, is this right for Torstein? Torstein, I think it is. I believe it is, everybody. If this is it, I'll just leave it up for a second. And it was a screenshot I took from from uh his thing. So everybody, that's where you can watch your continuous stuff. And I like it because again, I put it I put it I put it on my headphones, and even if I'm listening, I'm running around, or well, I'm never running around, but I mean, if I have tasks in the background, it's nice to listen and learn at the same time if I can't watch. So it sure is cool that our community is growing and people are trying to do something. Torstein is trying to do something. And I don't know what I'm trying to do, but Jennifer and I are trying to do something, and that is have a quality Friday night show um, that we can, keep up with. And if it's Friday Night Live and we have to have it on a Saturday because both of us are either not feeling well or jet lagged or whatever she is, because she's a traveling woman for work, and not that she chose that either, uh, we'll be here. Thank you so much. And you guys have an amazing, amazing day, night, wherever you are. Thank you for coming. I infinitely feel better to make it through the next few days. Peace. Love you.